Are you threatening me?
This?
No.
Fans love how insane Riverdale is. I love how insane Riverdale is. It's a show that can go pretty much anywhere. No storyline is too wild or too out of this world. From serial killers, levitating babies, a speakeasy run by a teenager, you just never know where the storyline will take you next. But what you do know is that it will be a wild ride. Riverdale is on their 5th season and fans are already excited to see what comes next. So this is Riverdale Season 6 details you need to know about. Warning, spoilers ahead, you've been warned. Please remember to hit that like button if you enjoy the video and then subscribe to our channel. When you turn on the post notifications, we'll be able to keep you up to date on anything we post related to Riverdale and other great content. Has the show been renewed? When it comes to waiting for your favorite show to be renewed, it can be pretty nerve-wracking. Fans want to know if they'll see more of their favorite characters. Sometimes shows have to wait until a season has ended to get the news on their next season. But luckily, for Riverdale fans, this was not the case for Riverdale Season 6. In February, before the current season of Riverdale had even reached the halfway mark, Riverdale was renewed for another season. Fans could relax and enjoy Season 5, safe in the knowledge that Archie and the gang would be returning for at least one more season. When will production of Riverdale Season 6 start? We don't really know yet. Riverdale Season 5 is on its mid-season break, and it seems like they're still busy filming Season 5 at the moment. Because of the COVID precautions that all productions need to take right now, it generally takes longer for shows to be filmed. So we don't know how long it will take for the cast to finish the current season of Riverdale. Then they need to take a break before they get back to filming the next season. So it might be towards the end of next year that they'll start filming the 6th season of the show. Is there a release date yet? In short, no. We don't know when the 6th season will start to air on the CW, but chances are that it won't be before 2022. It normally takes a little bit before it airs on CW and coming to stream on Netflix. So for fans of the show that watch it on Netflix, the wait will be a little bit longer. Season 5 needs to wrap and they can eventually get started on the next season of the show, but all that takes a little bit of time. So it will be a while before we see the new season, in all honesty. But fans shouldn't feel too sad. We still have an entire half of Season 5 to watch later this year. Do we have a trailer for Season 6 yet? Again, not quite yet. There's still a lot of story left to tell in Season 5, so we don't really know where any of the characters will end up after this season. So if the show did give us a sneak peek of the next season, then a lot of secrets from the last season of Season 5 will be spilled. Just imagine a character dying in the last part of Season 5, which we haven't seen yet. But then we see a trailer for Season 6 where they're speaking about this killer. It would be a pretty big spoiler and it could even confuse fans. And with a show like Riverdale that has already enough going on, you really don't need any more confusion added. Agreed? Agreed. How many episodes will Season 6 have? We know there's going to be a Season 6, but we don't really know just how many episodes will be in the new season. The first season of the show had only 13 episodes, then the next 2 seasons had 22 episodes each. Then there was Season 4. It would have had more episodes, but it was cut short because of the pandemic, and in the end of Season 4 had only 19 episodes. Since we're on the mid-season break for Season 5, we have only seen 10 episodes air. So Season 5 should have at least had 20 episodes, but we could see as many as 22. That brings us to Season 6. It's very likely that the amount of episodes they will be allowed to make will be dependent largely on the ratings for the last part of Season 5. If the show performs badly, then they might decide to make a shorter season, but if it goes great, then a number of episodes could go all the way to the 22nd mark too. Which characters will return? We haven't heard of any of the main cast members leaving the show after the 5th season, so it seems like pretty much all the main cast members will be returning the next season. So that means KJ Apa will return as Archie Andrews, the football player who gives all to save the town that he loves. Lily Reinhart will return as Betty Cooper, the sweet girl with a super dark side that has become an FBI agent as an adult. Camila Mendez as Veronica Lodge, a spoiled princess with pretty evil parents and, as an adult, a pretty terrible husband that no one seems to like. Cole Sprouse as Jughead Jones, the social outcast that is still somehow best friends with all the most popular kids in school. He becomes a novelist in his adult life and still solves mysteries. And Madeline Pesh as Cheryl Blossom, the incredibly strong girl from a super dysfunctional family. With all of these characters returning, there are a lot of stories that can still be told over the course of the next season. Where are these characters now? When we saw them last, all the characters were facing some massive, tragic challenges. We lived through the time jump and the gang is now all adults. They have all returned to Riverdale to help save the town and maybe even to get away from the lives that they built, but no one seems to be very happy with it. Archie has learned more about his past in the army and he has had massive suspicion that he might have been sent on some dodgy missions. It will change his entire outlook and how he perceives his time in the army and his entire adult life. And now he sees himself. Cheryl might be in a difficult spot when Hiram and Reggie try to buy the Blossom Maple Groves from her and she refuses. We all know that Hiram does not take rejection all that well, so it's a sure thing that he'll try and make trouble for Cheryl and force her to sell. But my money is on Cheryl. If there's one person in Riverdale that should never be able to give Hiram a run for the money, then it's sure to be Cheryl, who never takes nonsense from anyone. Jughead is so desperate to get over his writer's block that he's decided to use psychedelic maple mushrooms to help him write his new novel. There's a whole avenue of things that can go wrong with that scenario, and I'm sure that the writers of Riverdale have thought of them all. I am almost certain that poor Jughead is in for a bumpy ride. Veronica is currently married to Chad, the Wall Street trader that she met, worked with, and eventually married during the missing years of the time jump. Since she has been back in Riverdale, she had realized that she really didn't want to be married to him anymore, and she decided to get a divorce. But Chad does not seem like the type of guy that will go away quietly, and now Veronica has realized that getting divorced won't be as easy as she had expected. But Betty did some seriously messed up stuff and has seemingly gone completely dark Betty, stabbing Chick and causing Charles to get shot. She might be pretty bad, but she might be still able to come back to the light. But she's just as worried about her niece and nephew, who seem to have the family's darkness too. Now, like we have already said, we're only halfway into season 5, so we aren't sure which storylines will be resolved by season 6, but I'm pretty sure many of them will need to be finished. The creators and writers have mentioned that much of the last part of season 5 will be used to explain what happened in the missing years of the time jump. So it's very likely that they'll focus on those years, and that many of the same issues of the characters face will now only be completely addressed in season 6. Will season 6 have crossover episodes? In a way, this might be possible. The creators of Riverdale have said that they're working on new shows to spin off from Riverdale. They previously created a spin-off called Catty Keen that many of the characters from Riverdale visit in the show. The Catty Keen didn't do very well though. Reviews and ratings weren't great, and Catty Keen was cancelled after only one season. So chances are the creators will go about making a new spin-off with a little bit of a different approach than Catty Keen. Many shows have one episode to introduce a new spin-off on their own show to fans. This makes fans more inclined to watch the show when it airs itself. It sounds like this will be the plan that Riverdale creators will go with when making a new spin-off show. So season 6 might have a crossover episode to introduce us to all these new characters. Will the gang finally be able to save the town? I seriously doubt it. Riverdale is a town that was super sweet and idyllic in the Archie comics. Even during the first episode of Riverdale, the town was relatively innocent and nice, but ever since then, the town got worse with each passing season. The gang all decided to return to Riverdale in order to save the town, but they usually just end up making things worse. So I don't think that'll be changing in season 6, to be honest. But this is Riverdale, and you never really know what will happen next. Thanks for watching.